Testing, testing, one, two, three. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another showing of the Midnight Broadcasting Network on YouTube. My name is Slage84, and today we have the Buckeye State 170. That's correct, 170 at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. This is our first road course race of the year among all three of the MBN Touring Series, whether it's the Road Imports National, Pocono Raceway Cup, or the Speedway Collective Default Series. So, hope you guys enjoy this one. We had a great show, a lot of fast cars, especially one who blew the field away in qualifying. We'll get to the starting order here soon, but Jay, first road course of the year, as I said, first time they're going to be turning right and left. How do you think today is going to go?
Well, with how mainly most of the season's gone far is who's going to stop Fluffy, and we're at a road course, and that's just Fluffy's kind of game, so that's where...
You can't call Fluffy a road course ringer because he's just fast everywhere, but if there's one person, I mean, I guess you could kind of say like a Jeff Gordon. I mean, fast pretty much on everything, but then super fast on road courses, and that is Fluffy. He already has a win in the Pocono Raceway Cup Series. I believe he has two. I just want to sidetrack looking at a message from PSN. We had a problem with qualifying, but he leaves from 1 or 2 Road Import Xfinity National Series races. So he's been on a roll lately. He started the Road Import season late. Ran part time. That's kind of his idea. Run part time, you know. But he decided to run full time, and he's just been on a roll. So, Jay, we do have our starting order. We did get started a little bit late, guys. We do apologize for that. So the pre-show will be a little shorter. But we have the starting order here for the Buckeye State 170 at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Front row, I mean, you kind of expected it. Fluffy in the 16 will be starting P1, and P2 is occupied by Smoke Zemog, the number 12 for Penske. Row 2 brings the 21 of Deadpool and the 20 of Voltage. Row 3 brings the 19 of NoCo and the 6 of Marcus Edub. Row 4 brings the number 2 of C. Workman, making his first start this season, and the 61 of A-Trout. Row 5, closing out the top 10, brings the number 9 of From the Back, Will Mosley, and I believe that is the 60 of Redleg. And row 6, closing out the field is a 11th place Jerem Keffer and a 12th place Trey in the number 79. So, Jay, usually we'll have a sleeper pick and a real who you think's going to win the race pick. So let me hear your who you think's going to win, and then your sleeper who you think's going to do well today.
Well, I think we both have probably the same pick to win the race. I got Fluffy on the pole. This is his track, man. These are all his road courses, just his thing. So that's going to be a pick to win. It's probably a safe pick. Not really feeling risky today on that, but who do I think is going to do good? I mean, I'd like to see C. Workman actually do good. I know he's got a win in the Cup Series already, but I feel like he's starting back in 7th, so I don't think he had a lot of practice going into the race, so qualified 7th, but I think he's gonna be up there in top 3 in no time.
Alright, so yeah, like you said, you can't go wrong picking Fluffy. I mean, if you didn't pick Fluffy, unless something happened. Because one thing we have learned this season is Fluffy sometimes is too fast to where he burns the tire and burns the fuel up too much to where he loses the race. That happened at the Martinsville Cup race. Literally, I want to say one time, I was running 5th or 4th, and I was 18 seconds behind Fluffy. Like, second place was like 12 seconds, and it was a slaughterhouse. But he ended up finishing 6th or 7th because he ran out of fuel, and Workman ended up getting the win. So, hope that doesn't happen today for Fluffy. I mean, he has a super fast car, but that's going to be my pick. I'm going to go Fluffy. My sleeper, you went with Workman, starting P7. This is his first Xfinity or Road Imports National Series start of the season. See, I would like to go with Smoke Zemog, but he's not really a sleeper today. Starting P2. I'm going to go 21 of Deadpool. He's starting P3. I know there's one spot for Zemog, but Deadpool he hasn't raced every race, has he? He's been in 3 races. I want to say of the 6, 3 or 4. showed some speed. He's ran pretty much mid-pack. But starts P3 today. I think he can. I think he can come home with a nice top 5 finish for that RCR team owned by Workman. So it must be nice for Workman to come down to the Xfinity National Series, race a couple races, and know his team's bringing some pretty fast cars to the track he specializes at, which is the road courses. Invites are going out at the moment. I believe the drivers are actually already in a lobby. And want to make sure, first of all, guys, make sure you subscribe, like the video. If you enjoy what we're doing here at the Midnight Broadcast Network, let us know. If you don't just like the page, comment, anything. If you don't like what we're doing, let us know we can do better, broadcast, anything. Just anything. Let us know. I'm sure Jay has a lot of things, but we don't listen to Jay. That's one thing you must know here. Ain't that right, Jay?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, they're in the lobby, though. So we should get invites any second here, which means you will see that lovely blue screen that PlayStation offers us when we have to join something or get out of the game screen. But we first of all want to thank our sponsors at Ronin Imports for sponsoring our National Series or our Xfinity Series, and Speedway Collective, which is a fantasy NASCAR racing site, racing team. Make sure you go follow them on Twitter at SC Fantasy. Actually, let me just double check that before I mess it up. Gotta please the sponsors. Don't want to make them upset. SC Fantasy Racing. So I missed racing. SC Fantasy Racing, Speedway Collective. Make sure you give them a follow. You can't thank enough for sponsoring our default series, which is new this year. Replace our truck series. And thank you to our supporter at Pocono Raceway for supporting our Cup series and what they do there. You will see them sometimes in the chats.
We got a 13-car field tonight. We have Titans who did not end up qualifying. It's going to be starting tail end of the field, so
that's exciting.
See what kind of speed he has for road course.
The Titans is with that Roush Fenway camp, so that's out of the Fluffy and Marcus, those cars. So he should be pretty stout, to say the least. And we just got the invite, so we will pause 10 seconds for this blue screen. It'd be great if we could put it in ad while the blue screen is up. That would be great.
You gotta do that on like PC or something, straight off the PC.
Every time we go to a blue screen, tune in tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alright, so you see a lot of custom cars. Don't mind that J-Hybrid dude right there. So yeah, we'll once again go over the paint scheme previews. We do that for all custom cars or anybody in a special paint scheme. So yeah, that's kind of just so you don't get confused. I mean, it does suck having to do post-race interviews and have custom cars. I guess the top 3 is, I mean, all we have is a 99, so.
I'm already in the race. I'm already seeing that cars are on track, getting in line. Fluffy taking, I believe, the left lane. So we'll have the inside.
I guess that's normal. Sorry, my game volume was a little tiny bit louder than usual. Okay, so also want to shout out Jason Keffer. He is on YouTube at Jason Keffer for giving us his onboard camera for today's race. But so far, we're going to go through the paint schemes, starting up front Fluffy with a nice red and white with a little bit of black on the car today. Smoke Zmog starting P2 brings back the Hunt Brothers car that he was in last week. I believe he changed up the overall scheme, though. It is still Hunt Brothers. Nice green and red. Next, we go to P6, which is Marcus. He is in this blue and black Fanatec Ford Mustang. It's Fanatic. I'm so sorry. I just botched that. I'm going to ignore that. As you can tell, I'm a controller person. Next, we have, from the back. He is in a special car. You see the red, white, and blue Noah Gregson. I'm going to point that out. And next we go to Red Leg number 60. I think that's the same scheme from last week in the red, yellow, and black. And Trey this week in a purple, gray, and black Chevy Camaro. And Titans as well. Titans also in a red, black, and white Ford Mustang as well as team owner. That's we're 3 wide on the pace lap, which is very interesting.
Three wide salute real quick.
Yep, 3-wide salute for 6th place. Here we go. So, guys, of course, at a road course, you know, you're not going to be 3 wide, 2 wide for the entire time, of course. So we'll do this broadcast a little bit different. We'll go through the field a good bit of times and all of that. As here we go. Out of the final turn. We're going to start finish line today, not the restart zone. And we are green flag underway at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course for the Buckeye State 170.
Well, if he in the grass a little bit in turn 1, looks like not going to hurt him anyways. He was all the way up to speed, but already a very big lead off of just turn 1.
I don't know if you guys saw that, but the 21 going into that first turn got the grass. That checked up some guys as they're still trying to work everybody out, get single file. It's kind of what you want to do with a road course. You want to just keep it nice and green, and then when you get to the next couple turns, you want to get it single file and just get some green flag laps going. As you see, we are side by side for the 3rd position here as we're on board with the 19 and NOCO. Oh, Deadpool just gave the 20 a shot going into that turn, and he almost overdrove it.
A big shot, but looks like now Deadpool is paying the price and getting punted himself. Punted as well from other guys. See Workman right now beside him. Well, right behind him, actually. Maybe we're going to take a little easier on him because we're teammates, so...
That is his team owner, so I would hope he would, make it a little easier on him.
Yeah, that'd be smart for Z Workman not to mess up his own car there. And so, I mean, right now Fluffy is just gone. Spokes Emog is nice in 2nd. He's got a big little gap to 3rd, and then Marcus in 4th. He's got a gap too, and then the racing really starts back in 4th with Voltage, and Noco's right behind him.
Great battle for the 6th position, I want to say, for the RCR cars. On the now outside is the right-hander is Workman. On the inside is Deadpool. Deadpool lets his team owner go. As we had one car overdrive it and get in the grass and sand, that was the 19 Anoco. He will go from 5th to 7th.
Whose positions are just overdriving the corner, missing the corner, not getting enough brake into it, but we're gonna go right into the little bit more of S's over here off the backstretch there. And
did one car get into the grass? Looked like there was some grass getting kicked up on the right-hander, but no one seems to have lost any big ground really. So right now, going through the field, as the 7 gets into the grass, and he was making a move on the 61 of A-Trout.
Making moves on A-Trout. Those two drivers have had some controversial situations going on in the past. Will contact be made here today? I'm not too sure. Maybe that was A-Trout, a little guy into a little Kepler there. I'm not too sure.
All we saw was the 7 and getting into the grass, and pretty much after the contact. So we don't know if Kepler's overdrove it or if A-Trout overdrove it as well. Will Kepler's making a move? We don't know. But that's been a history. A-Trout, after his Daytona win, has not had the greatest of weeks, but he's been working hard on it, man. He's been working. He does drive the in-car cam with a wheel, which is not... in-car cam on Heat 4 is... Would you say rare, Jay, for people to run that? I think A-Trout might be one of the only ones I know who run in-car cam. League Racing. I don't know if you can back me up on that or not. But he is one of the select few... Go ahead.
I would say it is very rare. I believe also Redleg in the race also does drive from in-car cam. So that's 2 guys in Midnight Broadcasting Network who drive in-car cam. I'm not sure if anyone else does, but I know them 2 definitely do.
I don't think we have anybody from our Cup Series in car, but this year we're gonna work our way through this field, starting with the number we haven't showed him on camera all race actually, but had some pretty good battles. Oh, as the 21 overshoots the corner and goes into the dirt, he'll get passed by the 99 of Titans, 19 of NOCO, and the 61 of A-Trout. But we're gonna go through.
Go ahead.
We're gonna go through the field here. Going through the field, brought to you by Speedway Collective. Starting out with the number 1 position of Fluffy. We're going to switch, Jay. We didn't go over that before this broadcast. We're going to go switch off. I'll start here with the 16 of Fluffy. I mean, there's a reason we both picked him to win the race. He is just dominant at the moment. He is so far ahead. I believe he's got about a 5-second gap between him and Smoke Zemog. But Fluffy, man, I mean, you can't, like I said before, you cannot call him a road course ringer because he's so good everywhere else, but he is just dominant at these road courses. He'll be one to watch for the rest of today. Now we go to the 12 Smoke Zemog.
Smoke Zemog just running second, just running his own race. I mean, if you look ahead of him, behind him, you don't really see anybody. I mean, right behind him, a little bit, I believe, is the 20 of voltage. Yeah, that is voltage. But I mean, right now he's just looking out the front windshield and doesn't really see anything. So just really no pressure for him. So just see what happens now.
For Smoke Zemog, I'm out of that. If you're Smoke Zemog, I mean, we've known Smoke for a good long while now. He's age 14, right now running second. Oh, as he gets in the grass a little bit there, as it looks like cars starting to make green flag pit stops. We just saw Voltage come down pit road. If you're him, you want a really good finish today. You're on the point, but you're not on the bubble, but you're very close to the playoff cut, which is 8 here for this series. And with the competition you have, every race matters. So if I'm Smoke Zemog, I'm taking it very conservative today, and I just want to get a good finish.
I think 5 cars on pit road, the 20 of voltage, the 19 of Noco, 61 of H-Route, 2 of C. Workman, and the 9 from the back. 5 cars on pit road. Do they need to pit, or are they just pitting to get fresh tires for the stage 2 and then not pit there?
I will double check. We'll now be going to the onboard camera of Jason Keffer here. As right now,
they definitely need to pit.
Keffer is, yes, you do need to pit. So everybody will have to make one green flag pit stop, as you see Marcus right there. Less than 20 go. But right now, so if Fluffy did not pit, let's go to Fluffy here. As here comes Fluffy making his green flag pit stop now. 16 of Fluffy. We're making his pit. This should be the final, this should be it, where people have to pit. See if anybody drives by the 16 here. Well, the 12 will make his green flag pit stop. Smoke Zemog now down pit road.
Also down pit road, the number 99 of Titans.
Titans been working way through the field. I mean, I think he was up there with Noco, battling with Noco. So he looks like he started 13th. I believe he was around the 7th position. It's already making up a lot of ground.
A lot of ground, but it was also because other people pitted. So we'll see what happens when he comes out of the pits. But Keffer, number 7, also down pit road. Fluffy just not getting out of the pits, so.
And Keffer and Deadpool just went up pit road. Fluffy now coming out. I mean, I mean, what do you do? Like, what do you do against this? I mean, he's literally so far ahead.
Fluffy may straight up be the best road course racer.
I mean, my best guess would just take no tires, maybe. Try to get a strategy there. And right now, off pit road Titans, it's off pit road right from Noco, so. And that'll be for P6. Titans P6, but we have battle right ahead of them. The 2, the 6, and the 21, I believe, maybe?
It's 20. He is P3, I believe.
Oh, okay, so that was just voltage in the P3, so.
Yep.
Down the backstretch in this big braking zone. No one really making any contact, but.
You do not want to overdrive that corner. That is probably one of the worst corners to overdrive, period. Anywhere where there's pretty much sand. I mean, it might sound, obvious. Don't overdrive where there's sand, but at least when you're in the grass on NASCAR Heat 4 compared to Heat 3, you can kind of drive through it, save it. You're not literally on ice cubes driving through it, or oil slick would probably be the best term. You can actually try to recover your car, so. But the sand is just so critical. If you hit that, you're going to lose a lot of spots. But right now, it looks like a battle could be heating up as the 20 is kind of starting to pull away from the 6 as the 2 almost gets to the back bumper of the 6, trying to let him know that, hey, I might be a little faster, we're at road course. But he starts to pull away.
Right. That time by 2 to go for stage 1. Looks like our top 2 are kind of settled, but the battle for 3rd through 8th is kind of trying to make it interesting, actually. So they're kind of spread a little bit more now than they were probably about a minute ago, but they're still really close. You can really see all of them if you look forward and backwards. You can see everyone. So
yeah, so a little rundown. Of course, we have to remind you guys for the MBN how the point system works. The top 5 get stage points. The winner of the stage will get 5 points and a playoff point. Second place will get 4 points, all the way down to a 5th place will get 1 point. So right now, as we said, you have Fluffy running P1, way out in front. P2 belongs to Smoke Z-Mog. P3 belongs to Voltage in that 20 car right here, as we're on the board with 6 car Marcus. Right now the onboard of Marcus is running P4, P5 is Workman, and P6 back there belongs to Titans. So right now the battle for that 5th spot, Workman's kind of pulled away, but don't count Titans out yet, as we still have almost 1.5 laps to go.
1.5 laps to go, but it's hard to make up ground here unless the person in front of you makes a mistake. So, I mean, that may not seem so big, but on a road course, that's still a nice big gap for the number 2 of Workman. So I think he'll probably secure top 5 unless he just overshoots a corner or someone in front of them actually makes a mistake and he gets by them as well. But we'll see what happens. Marcus got a little loose off turn 1.
Yep, Workman will jump from P5 to P4. This is his first race. Workman is not going for points. So points really matter to him, but Marcus, Titans, 5th and 6th, points do matter for those 2 cars. I believe Workman is the only part-timer in the field today. Oh, we have an incident Trey on the front stretch, but he'll get it back going. But this is the battle you want to watch for. Titans and Marcus. These 2 guys, yet teammates, they need every point they can get.
Every point they can get, and right now 1 point is, I wouldn't say it's huge, but it's a nice little cushion for the rest of the race, knowing that if someone fits right ahead of you, you always get that 1 point in the bank from stage 1. So. And it just seems like unless Marcus gets in the grass a little bit, he's going to need to make a mistake for Titans to get there, or Titans can just send it in one of the corners and get there, but I don't think that's what Titans will do.
As you guys just saw right there, Fluffy, winner of stage 1, Smoke Z-Mog P2. And as these group of cars come through the final turns, Voltage will come P3, C Workman P4, and Marcus E-Dub P5, with Titans missing out on those crucial stage points. So this is your stage winner. You probably, I mean, I know he's dominating, but you probably won't see him much because he's so far ahead. We'll be focusing on battles mid-pack. But Fluffy, dominant, stage 1 winner. If we could phone him in or somehow get in contact with him, we would obviously do that and see how he feels about the view in front of him, how nice this Mid-Ohio sports car course was trimmed, as the grass is cut very nicely. You think Fluffy's looking up the clouds while he's racing?
Honestly, knowing Fluffy, he's focused every lap, every corner. Maybe on the last lap off the final corner, he'll be enjoying the surroundings, but knowing Fluffy, he's paying attention to every corner, making sure he hits his marks. He's trying to set like lap records every lap, so.
Yeah, Fluffy's he's just trying to make sure he is the fastest possible. No matter if he makes a mistake, I'm pretty sure he's still good. As we get back on the number 16 back cam, as we are back on the way for stage 2. Smoke Z-Mog once again outside as Workman jumped to he's P4, never mind. Little contact, 6 and the 2. They keep it straight though. And top 3 get single file, 4-4 Toyota with Chevrolet and P4.
The closest anyone has ever been to Fluffy all race long. And see how long this lasts, see how close these guys can stay. Now, that turn 1 slip up didn't happen for everyone, the rest of the field, so see if Smoke Z-Mog can stay up with Fluffy, or Fluffy will just run away from everyone.
Marcus going to back up. The 6 may have a problem here. Oh, Jerem Keffer overdrives the corner. And we also have 2 cars spin, and that was Titans and Marcus. Titans and Marcus E-Dub, 2 Roush Fenway mobiles went around, along with Jerem Keffer overshooting the corner. I want to see if we can get an update with you guys here soon if he just overdrove that. He just broke it a little too late. Which
on
is
board with Titans, and Titans got absolutely smoked by the number 7 Keffer, so nothing really you can do, hitting the brakes hard, and the 7 just plows into him, spins him out, and the 6 also went around there, so Marcus finishing 5th in stage 1, getting that 1 stage point, and now he's all the way back at 13th, probably about 5-10 seconds off lead already.
Were you watching Titans on board?
He has a YouTube channel. He has a YouTube stream up.
Please shout that out, because obviously we need to shout out all of our associates.
Titans' YouTube channel is the Titans 312 on YouTube channel. On YouTube, he has 16 subscribers right now. So, see a channel 16 subscribers. That's most likely him live streaming the race. Also have C Workman 388 on YouTube. That's broadcast number 2. Jason Keffer, we already went over him. And then Red Leg Racing -757 PSN is also Red Leg in the race. So.
We should. I think we do. Everybody who streams something for MBN, just their perspective or anything, is a channel associate in our main YouTube page. So make sure you go subscribe to them when you can. But from the JRM Keffer onboard, and if anybody has an experience with bubble glitches or bumper glitches, you can go either way. It's definitely me. But the 7's onboard, there was no actual contact, which obviously, I'm sure Keffer obviously saw his 7 mobile not touch the 99, but then the 99 go around shortly after, so you kind of have to assume. Unfortunately, that's how the game works. But yeah, so you said on the 99 screen that the 7 nailed him, correct?
Yeah, no doubt about it. 99 got tapped in the rear end, nothing you could do, spun him out.
Yeah, that's the resort of the bubble glitch there, folks. Because if you're watching the Jason Keffer on board as well, there was no. I mean, there was obviously no contact, but then you see no contact, and the 99 go around, which is very unfortunate. Titans is a really fast car. Yeah, nothing you can do. But as we're going through here, we're going to go through the field once more before pit stops, and that starts with number 16 of Fluffy. Go ahead, Jay.
Oh wow, I'm not even on him. Hold on. Fluffy just out front. Has a little bit, I mean, not really pressure, but you can see number 20 voltage back there. I think that's the closest someone's really been, probably like 3 laps into a run, so Fluffy just doing his own thing out front, so just, like I said, focusing every corner, not looking at the clouds. Clouds look amazing in the game, but he's probably focusing on the track.
Next up, P2. That belongs to the number 20 of Voltage, if I'm not mistaken. It does. Number 20 of Voltage run P2 with a number 2 working behind him in P3. Voltage, these past couple weeks, has been priding himself on keeping it clean, running good. There's been a lot of times, not as much as in the Road Imports National Series, but in the Cup Series, where he's been messed up and just been caught up in almost every wreck imaginable. So his goal for these next couple weeks is literally just to keep the car clean, stay out of incidents, and get good finishes, as it shows. That's what he's doing right now in P2. Now next we go to the number 2 car of Workman in P3.
Workman in P3, normally number 3 in the Cup Series, right?
Correct.
3 in the Cup Series, number 2 in the Road and Import Series, actually. And trying to chase down P2, actually, Voltage, and he's right on his bumper, but Voltage really needs a stage point, so do we see Workman making a move on Voltage, even though he knows Voltage is running for points and needs these 4 stage points?
That's a great question. I mean, if you're Workman, you know you're just coming out here to have some fun, get used to the track. As we are at Watkins Glen tomorrow night, we're not at Mid-Ohio for the Cup Series, even though you have that option to run any series you want, any track on any series. But we'll be at Watkins Glen tomorrow night. But Workman's mind right now is literally just to have fun, run good, and keep the car clean, as he's now into P2, as we had the number 20 of Voltage come down pit road. We'll do one more as we'll go to Smoke Z-Mog. He'll be our final rundown of the field because cars are starting to pit. Blah belong to J Hyper.
Look, Z-Mog just running his own race right now. We were just saying how 2 is right on the bumper of the 20, but now Smoke Z-Mog is number 12, right on the bumper of the 2. He's right here. I think maybe Steve Workman made a little bit of a mistake. I do not think the 12 was this close when we were on board with Steve Workman, so I'm not... I mean, Smoke has surprised me. I did not think he'd be this good at road courses. I mean, qualified 3rd, I believe, right? Or 2nd?
P2?
Qualified 2nd.
P2.
Qualified 2nd. So, I mean, running P3 right now, like I said, I knew Steve Workman would get up to the pack. I mean, starting, I believe he was there 7th, and now running 2nd. So, yeah, I expected him to run good, and I'm just surprised by Smoke. I did not see this coming from him.
One thing about Smoke Z-Mog is, I mean, for a little history for you guys, I believe it was me, Voltage, Keffer, and Fluffy, I don't think Fluffy, not so much. Yeah, Fluffy. We started racing together around NASCAR Heat 2, even with Smoke Z-Mug. He is 14 now, so obviously that meant he was 12 or 13 then. Riding with us, and he showed maturity. We kind of have a judge age due to maturity. I think Jay knows that as well. Kind of how you do with almost every league. But if you're younger than 16, kind of have to have the conversation with you first, address, and you're kind of in a pretty advanced league, blah, 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 blah. And Smoke Z-Mog is just the definition of maturity at a young age. So it's nice to see him having a great race today here at Mid-Ohio.
Coming off of pit road, he's right on the bumper of the two, actually, right now. And so, I believe this is a fight back for third now, since the 20 came out of the pits, I believe. Let's see. No, the 20's actually right behind them. And see, Workman blows the corner.
Oh.
Blows turn 2. Loses both spots to the 12 and the 20. So this is, I believe, a fight for second, actually. Yeah, wait. There's someone right behind Fluffy. Is that... I think that's Red Leg, actually. He may be a lap down. Yes, it is Red Leg. I believe he is a lap down. Or is he not pitted yet? I'm not sure.
Red Leg, I mean, what lap? We're on lap 7? 7's as max you can go. So maybe he's trying to do some fuel strategy, or maybe going a lap down. May have got a speeding penalty, but with how big this track is, it is very unlikely for someone to go a lap down here.
Yeah, he has not pitted yet. That's what it is. So he's actually the one leading right now, I believe. Wait, no. It says he's second, but I have no idea who's leading then. Is Fluffy not pitted yet, or... No, someone else.
See, Red Leg just pit, if that's. No Titans down pit road. Keffer pit. Fluffy's pit, or has he?
I believe Fluffy's pit because there's no way
he's way ahead. Yeah.
I actually believe. Hold on for a second. I think Red Leg was running second, right? But that was because he was not. He was basically he's going to go a lap down probably here, because he was running second to Fluffy. I think Fluffy pitted and he was still ahead of Red Leg. I believe that's how he was there. Fluffy just has a really fast car.
Yeah, I mean that's just it's dumb fast how good this number 16 is. I mean, like at Martinsville, dominating the field. It was. I kind of felt bad for the broadcast, kind of how we're doing. You had to focus on second, third, and on back, while first place just dominates. But that is how it happens sometimes in real life. So
right now, the battle for third is on as the 12 Smoke Z-Mog just drove away from the 20 of the two, Voltage and C Workman, but. We're coming to, I'm not even sure how many laps are left. I think two to go this time.
2 to go right now.
2 to go.
So the pits are closed.
Pits are closed, 2 to go, so. Yeah, I mean, C Workman running in fourth, Voltage third, Smoke Z-Mog running second, and that's a nice little comeback for him. I believe he was fourth going into the pits, and now out of the pits he's second, so.
So, 5th place. Trying to figure this out real quick. I believe 5th place is Marcus at the moment.
No,
I believe
Noco's 5th.
Noco was 5th, so he has a Noco. So Noco kind of has locked up. The top 5 is locked up for being at top 5. Wait, is he? Yeah, he is. Okay, sorry. Obviously the battle for 4th, 3rd heats up. This will be focused on here. 20 of Voltage, 2 C Workman. Once again, Voltage running for points almost has the points lead locked up after this race, if I'm not mistaken, because the 51 of Rowdy and the 8CM New World have not ran past couple weeks, so they've obviously lost their points lead. They were 1-2. So it's Voltage and Smoke Z-Mog bound for it?
I believe it was Voltage and Keffer actually the top 2 in points. I think Keffer got the points lead because Voltage did not have a great finish.
That's right.
Last week.
That's right.
So Keffer was the points leader. I haven't seen points, but I believe that's what it was.
As we have one to go here, it's a stage 2 finish. And that's what we're going to be focused on. As you see Fluffy way ahead here. Just riding around on his own. Just having fun.
I feel like we should just watch Fluffy and take notes off of this and see if we can figure out what setup he's running. So
yeah, okay. So by how great that left-hand turn was, his left track bar is proximity 8 point. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think we.
Rear sway bar is at 0.550. Yeah, that's it right there. we don't know. We're just guessing, but once again, this finish here, as pretty much Fluffy's locked up stage 1, or stage 2, and I guess stage 1. This was Zimog, great lead for second here, as NoCo has locked 5th. As here we are on the Fluffy camera. Camera's very fluffy, and Fluffy will come across the line and win stage 2. Oh, we had to overshoot the corner by A Trout. We're going to go back to this battle.
Back to the battle for third, and looks like Voltage is gonna.
I thought Workman had it, dude. He hit his bumper going into that, coming out of that final turn. So stage 1 winner will go to Fluffy once again, dominating the race so far. P2 belongs to Spoke Zmog. P3 Voltage in the 20. P4 C Workman, and P5 belongs to number 19 of NoCo. NoCo, those were valuable points for him as well.
NoCo getting a valuable 1 point. Marcus fought back from being 13th to fight all the way back up to 6th, so definitely gained some spots off of being wrecked early. I believe that he also got some spots after that, some other contact. We had some other people, but I believe there was more contact with Trey, I believe. Or was that stage 1?
With... not 100% sure.
I think it was actually stage 1.
Stage 2, I don't know, he got completely messed up by that incident, but was able to rebound quite nicely. Marcus E-Dub in that number 6. So here we go once again, as we had some switch-ups, as Voltage was able to pass Smoke Z-Mog on pit road with that nice Toyota pit crew. And we are green flag back underway. Fluffy and Voltage will take that front row.
Honestly, I think this is kind of where Smoke wants to be. Smoke Z-Mog in the 12. I mean, he will be right behind the 16 of Fluffy. But early lead actually goes to Voltage being on the outside.
You know Voltage is going to do everything he can to try to stay side by side with Fluffy. Oh, Workman overdrives the corner, and he will lose a lot of positions as Jerem Keffer also sent through the dirt. The 60 of Redleg cleaned out the 7 of Keffer. And unfortunately, with all this ruckus, Smoke Z-Mog is now in the middle of the pack as he's back to 4th.
Back to 4th, but we got more contact going off the back straight away, and a bunch of cars getting out of line. But right now, Voltage is staying right on Fluffy's bumper. Will he stay here, or will he make a mistake? Look at the 19 NoCo getting to the left side of him, and he's going to clear him, actually, so...
Yeah, Voltage made a mistake, went a little bit too wide in that last corner of the 19. He said, hey, I want to get some spots here. I need some points. And he kind of gave him a little bit of a door and took that second spot away. As Workman is that Workman back to the 5th spot? That is Workman. No, it's Marcus. Marcus to P5.
Marcus to P5, restarted a P6, P7, and just working his way up through. I mean, just right around here, P5, so... Let's see if he can stay with these guys up ahead. It looks like Fluffy is now starting to pull away from the pack as he did in both stages so far, so... But battle for second is on, and don't count out 4th and 5th. I mean, well, yeah. 4th and 5th because they're right here. And
we have a caution.
Out. Caution's out.
Let's see if we can get play on this. Everybody looks like they kept the car straight. Nobody is really... Oh, actually, these cars are actually way off the pack. The 9, 79, 21. I
just went and looked at Titan's stream. Titan's going to turn 1, hit the rumble strip, put him on 2 tires, and spun him right around, and then and just got clobbered by a few other guys, and that's why the caution's out.
Yep, guys like Keffer, he needed that. I mean, Keffer's minding his business in P8 and got sent to the dirt and went back to P12, so it's very nice for him to have that caution. And Smoke Z-Mog, I think his cautions are hurting because you think that inside start and the restart would have helped, But, so it looks like we got some cars who stayed out. As RCR occupies the front row, that is the number 2 of Workman, number 21 of Deadpool. Fluffy, for the first time, will be in the pack in P3. Noco P4, Voltage will be P5.
As they dive into turn 1, the front row of C Workman at 21 and Deadpool side by side, and Fluffy already got looking for to the right side of the 2 C Workman. Going to be inside of this corner and see if 21 will overshoot the corner. No, he's going to stay right to there. He's going to keep the lead.
Oh, the 19 just ran the 2 off the track. And that causes, wow, that was not pretty. The 19 looked like, I think Kelvin got into contact. He ran the 2 off the track and then trying to save it while he's in the grass, got the 6. So Marcus E-Dub having probably one of the best races I've ever seen him have at MBN. Once again, sadly, goes south as the 6 car now running 13th.
I mean, we got a bunch of
oh my god
going on. Middle of the pack here. A few corners right after the backstretch going to the first turn. The 2 actually gave the 19 a little bumper into the corner, and that's why the 19 is falling back too.
Oh, the 9 car's got loose and he'll spin around from the back. As I was meant to call it earlier, Smoke Zima got a little help from the 61. You know he probably is not too happy about that. As look at this ruckus of cars, almost 3 wide. As got a big hold up here.
This is the most exciting I've ever seen road course bricks in my life. So we got cars everywhere, basically side by side around the track.
3 wide. Look at Smoke Zima making these moves. I mean, I know he's not happy with the 61. He wants to get around the 61 as quickly as possible. As the 61 gets into him again.
Pushes him off track a little bit, got him in the grass just a little bit, but it looks like he'll hold on to it. But this is a battle for, I believe, 5th right now?
9th, 8th, 6th. Battle for 6th.
Oh, right. Fluffy
oh,
has
he had more
contact.
that might have been the game, actually. I don't know if that was contact or not, but... Oh, the 99 sends in on the 61. As the 19 goes off track, 12 trying to avoid him.
99 the 61 just wins that corner with no regard. The 99 seen it come in, slammed the brakes, went underneath him.
This is not getting. This ain't gonna be pretty. Oh, the 12 in the grass, trying to save it. This is a battle for 5th here. Oh, the 19 gets the grass right in front of the 99. God, oh, the 19 in the dirt. Keffer, a little bit of contact. And Smoke Z-Mog goes from 9th to 5th out of all that. And look, that's what I know he's upset. He literally was just back there and lost so many seconds, and now he's pulling away. I know he was upset.
Just pulling away and a bunch of contact. But as 21 Deadpool off the track, actually, he just missed turn 2.
Just missed the corner.
Missed the edge of the corner and just lost it. I believe he didn't pit, or may have taken a different strategy from everyone else, but not where you want to be right now.
So I believe he was running in the 3rd position. That was the 21 of Deadpool and the Hot Scream number 21. I just remember all those cars were making all that racket, 19-7, all that. Well, remember Marcus E-Dub got wrecked off the track, probably around 8-10 seconds back. That 6 car has caught up, almost caught up to him. He's about 2 seconds back. But that shows.
21 slow. He just got into another wreck. 21 all over the place right now.
Obviously, no handling race car for the 21 of. He obviously, if y'all just saw that, he was ghosted on his screen. That was why the 79 just phased through him and passed him. But yeah, he was ghosted on his screen. There was no contact because he just spun out. The 99 just got sent around.
Well. Marcus just ran right into him. 99, I think, was spinning out by himself.
He was spinning out by himself. Looked like he got a little loose. Nowhere for the 6 to go. But Marcus, I believe he's now up to P8.
Well, Marcus is he's just not having a great day. I mean, he is driving the wheels off this thing to get all his positions back, but he's having troubles from other people's causes, so.
The 61 just got in the grass. He spins around into the dirt. 61 H route will lose some valuable spots, and Marcus now to P7.
Marcus is finding his way back into the top 5. He's at P7 right now, so let's see if he can keep it going.
I mean, I feel
Maybe
for him.
more.
I feel for him, dude. I mean, he's been wrecked. I don't know how many times. I mean, there's a saying that shows if you're involved in a lot of wrecks, there might be a reason. But no, for Marcus, he's just been involved and caught up in almost every wreck. That's almost none of the time it's his fault. It's just been one of the unluckiest seasons ever that I've seen, that I've witnessed. So it's bad luck. Is not setting well for that 6 team. Is A-Trout on the dirt once again. But right now, as we just had that fantastic road course action, we got a man about 10 seconds ahead of the rest of the field.
Let's try to figure out how big of a gap he actually has. He has a 7.7 gap over C working right now in second.
Well, you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
And Fluffy is just gone. I feel like this would be some good lessons just to watch Fluffy.
Yeah. Fluffy could probably open a YouTube channel just off giving road course lessons when you need to brake for each track, and it'll probably get a lot of views.
If he gives away his braking points, he'll probably be the most popular YouTuber on, not NASCAR YouTuber on YouTube right now.
Yeah. We're going to run through the field here. We're just going to go over positions at the moment. So right now we have position 1 here, as you see on your screen, way ahead. That is the 16 of Fluffy. P2 belongs to, we got the 6. Sadly, we're going to break that. He sadly just overdrove the corner, and we'll lose a lot of time there. But look, I believe he kept his position. So we said the 16 is P1. P2 belongs... I kind of hate how these cameras are. As we're going to stop that right there because Fluffy just pit and they'll mess up the order. So Fluffy brings it down pit road. And it looks like everybody else is too, as this is when you need to pit.
Zemo also down pit road. Noco down pit road.
Oh no, we have one car stay out. 20 voltage. Going one more lap here. Then the rest of the field.
Marcus coming up pit road. 9 coming up pit road from the back. 61, 99. The 79 staying out. The 60 of Red Legs also coming out pit road. 20 stayed out. The 7 stayed out.
So voltage, Keffer.
Deadpool stayed out, but I do not think he meant to.
I think Deadpool missed pit road because he was very slow coming off that final corner. So the guys who meant to stay out, Trey stayed out but got passed by Fluffy in the process still. So yeah, Voltage, Keffer, and Trey were your 3 to go another lap, which may pay off here in the long run. You never know. These guys who just pit may have to come in for a little half-can top-off, but who knows?
Who knows? Someone who's probably ran a bunch of laps probably knows, so...
Yeah, I will say...
I know I have not practiced here at all, so I have no idea how many laps of fuel. It looks like they get about 5 or 6, so...
I want to say 6, because when on the first 2 stages, most of them would pit on lap 6 coming to 7. As you see, the 20 of Voltage brings his Toyota Supra, down pit road. We've been doing this for 6 weeks. Jerem Keffer appears to bring his Chevy Camaro down pit road. Trey, in the grass, doing a little bit of a little work here for the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course.
He was just getting out of everyone's way, so he can come down pit road, no issues.
That probably was, yeah, that's probably why. Thank you, Jay, for giving a detail on everything, because I'm not paying attention. But, yeah, Trey comes down pit road. Everybody who went out an extra lap, they brought it down. Is there a caution?
I don't think so.
I'm on board with the 99 car right now.
Yeah, I see the same thing. I was on board with him too.
Is he out of gas? No.
No, he's still going.
Maybe he's doing some fuel conservation.
I think that's what he's actually doing, because that was really weird. Yeah, he was in second gear off of that last corner and then put it right into 4th.
So, with it being a fuel strategy race at the moment, Keffer, Voltage, and Trey, watch for those names at the very end of this race. They might not be running too well right now, but watch out for them. And what did we... I don't want to say I jinxed the man, but what did we say in the pre-show? Sometimes Fluffy is so fast, he burns almost all the fuel and all the tires off. I don't want to jinx the dude, but that might happen today. As we want to get a... How many laps do you have to go? Because right now Kever's at 5 laps of fuel.
Right now, Fluffy may actually just be trying to get a big enough gap where he can just come in and take a splash of fuel and get out. So I know Fluffy has the speed to do it, to get a big enough gap.
Let's see, who
will
is
he
second?
have enough gap over everyone else? I'm not
Workman, so when Fluffy was going to turn 1, Workman was coming off at the final turn. I'm not 100% sure how many seconds that is, but that's the gap over first and second.
8.5 right now.
8.5.
The Workman stream, yeah.
So, I mean, so the best car to watch out for is going to be Voltage, who is running P4 right now, as you have Fluffy in first, Workman in second. I believe that's Workman. Sorry, we had to double check. As Redleg coming down pit road once again for a splash of gas. Yeah, Workman is in... I'm trying to see. Sorry, it's very hard for these cameras. I want to see, yes, Workman is Fluffy first, Workman second, Smoke Z-Mog third, Voltage is fourth, now pouncing on Smoke Z-Mog, and P5 belongs to...
NoCo,
P5. And you see Smoke Z-Mog obviously knows that Voltage has fresher tires, and Smoke Z-Mog may be saving gas, so Voltage to P3, he might be the one to watch out for.
Right now, I'm on board. I'm watching Fluffy, and I'm looking at the gap between him and C. Workman. C. Workman is catching him really fast, and I'm watching Fluffy on here, and he does not seem like he is going as fast. So I think he's actually trying to save fuel. I think he's trying to save that one lap.
Okay,
right now. So
Keffer, Voltage, and Trey went a lap longer than everybody else. Keffer is in fuel conservation mode at the moment, and I'm trying to see. So he hit when Keffer crossed the start finish line with 5 to go. He had 5 laps of fuel. As he went into, I'm trying to find out. He's going to hit 4 soon. So it looks like, unless you went, you gotta go max fuel conservation mode. Unless you went same amount of laps as Keffer, Voltage, and Trey, you have to go max conservation mode right now, because Keffer is conserving, and he's still half a lap short, which is a lot here at Mid-Ohio. So it's going to be close. It's going to be close for sure.
It's going to be close. I said a few laps ago that Fluffy had a 8.5 over C-Work, but now it's only 5.5, so the gap is coming down quick.
Voltage went through the grass, which it looks like, I mean, he pulled away once again from Smoke, caught Workman, but Voltage went through the grass. That just lost him valuable seconds with that number 20 machine.
Costing him seconds, but is that gonna hurt him in the long run? Probably, but did he lose any spots? I don't think he did.
He did not. He had such a big lead over the 12. But like I said, Keffer, who went a full lap longer than 85% of the field, is still half a lap short. Which means, with how the fuel system works here, he'll probably run out in the final 3 turns. That's when he'll start sputtering, final 4 turns. So if you're Workman, if you're Fluffy, conserve now, max conservation.
Max conservation, and that just shows you how much strategy goes into these races. And this just shows how much Fluffy hates these races, because we've seen him be the fastest car in these races all the time, and then just come up short because someone saved fuel. So, let's see if he can actually finish off the job here today.
NoCo has caught the number 12 of Smoke Z-Mog. Smoke Z-Mog, max fuel conservation mode at the moment. He's lost a lot of time on the 20. And you see Smoke, obviously very worried about if he's going to make it to the finish. Lets number 19 go.
I mean, it seems like half the field is saving fuel right now. Maybe the whole field is trying to save fuel right now.
Voltage very close to the 2 here. As Keffer, we're right now on 3 to go. Right now on 3 to go, actually. So am I way behind, or am I just... Yeah, I was way behind.
They're coming to 2 to go.
We don't have 2 to go. We have 2 to go right now, so 2 laps. A good old minute or 2 minutes and 45 seconds will decide the finish of this race.
Honestly, maybe a little longer because people are trying to save fuel, so they're probably not going to be making their minute and 20-second lap times.
Yeah, you're right. So we probably got around a 3-minute, 14-second. But, I mean, what's the gap to Fluffy now? I feel like it's stabilized.
It's 4.4 right now.
Go see my
Wait a
Workman is
second.
also saving. Workman went with Fluffy, so he still has a save too. Voltage just gained a lot of time. Keffer is still 6th. I would love to see where Trey and Keffer finish, because Bags or Voltage have been up front almost the entire day. Keffer is getting missed up a lot. Right now I'm running P6. If we could find Trey, see if we can find Trey where he is at. As Smoke Zmog still battling with NoCo. Looks like NoCo now in fuel conservation mode, as Smoke Zmog thinks he might have it saved, as he just got back around him again.
Trey is just now off of turn 2 or 3, whatever corner you take before the backstretch. He's just off of that, so he's on the backstretch right now.
He's ahead of Redleg, Titans, a few cars. Fluffy now off of the last turn. Is he sputtering? Or is he just coasting the fuel?
I'm not sure. I believe that is actually Fluffy right ahead of him.
That
right
is
ahead of Workman.
As we have one to go, brought to you by Ronin Imports.
Oh, we did. On board of Fluffy to see how this race finishes.
Voltage passes Workman. They're going to be battling for that second spot. Remember, Voltage he was a small maybe. Pretty much the guys who went a farther lap still had to save some gas, okay? The guys who went a 1 lap more, max conservation mode. But Fluffy doesn't appear that he's slowed it down that much. So it'll be interesting to see as the 2 gets back around the 20. They're still battling for that second spot, and that's letting Fluffy get away. And they're still side by side.
This battle for second is slowing them down together and letting Fluffy build that lead back. It was down to, I believe, 3.5. Now it's 4.7. Fluffy is just coasting it home into the last 3 corners, I believe, here.
That's correct. Fluffy. In the final 2 turns. The man that's been defeated by fuel strategy for several weeks will finally get it done. Fluffy, your winner at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. As the 19 is out of gas. Workman just ran out of gas and he will finish 3rd. Voltage will get P2. Workman P3. Let's see. The 12 of Smoke Zmog P4 very slowly. Come on, just get around there. And finally, P4, Smoke Zmog. As we said, NoCo ran out of gas very early, not very early, probably halfway through this lap.
Keffer gonna take home 5th.
As Jerem Keffer, fuel strategy, we'll get him P5. Marcus 6th, it appears. Great comeback from Marcus.
I think we need to interview Marcus after this race, man.
I mean, we can get 4. The race was very short, I will say that, so we can get more guys. As Trey, look like he'll come home with a P7. Fantastic job by that car. P8, it'll belong to Titans, it appears. P9.
9th, A-Trout, 10th, maybe Deadpool. I believe Deadpool, he's right now currently 10th on the
10th, Deadpool, 11th from the back. That means 12th place belongs to Redleg.
And 13th is going to be NoCo.
13th, NoCo. I believe he was the only car to straight up run out of gas. He is stopped. Did not even complete the lap. So
I mean, we're still waiting for the timer to run out, man. He is just...
You got it, bud? No, we're done. Okay.
And there we go. Timer's running out.
So,
he somehow got fuel.
We'll be hearing interviews from... I'm going to hear, first of all, the 20 and the 2. Fantastic battle for second. Beating him by 10th as we're running out of gas. And we will hear from Marcus as well, special guest. Oh, sorry, we're on the 19 round. He just hit the pit road wall. But your winner, the number 16 of Fluffy, 2 weeks in a row?
I honestly don't remember who won last week.
Fluffy won last week.
Fluffy won last week?
So
oh, yes, he did, because we talked to him before pre-race.
Fluffy will get Voltage, Workman, Marcus. Post-race interviews. Make sure party audio is on. We do have to make sure of this stuff. So fast lap. Did Fluffy already leave? No, he didn't. 1:19.2 by Fluffy and Smoke Zima with a 1:20.1. I mean, we're pretty much sure those are the best laps, but you can't be 100% sure because people already backed out. But so we'll just invite them all at once. I'll change the party size. Sorry for this blue screen, guys. Pretend it's a Midnight Broadcasting Network ad. Did you invite them all? I can't change how many people come in this party. Oh, you're the host. You need to change. Put to 6 people, please. Right? 6, yeah. Custom car, of course. Why do they always finish good? Stenhouse. Where's this Pro League car? Right there. We will get everybody in here in a second. But right now, man of the hour, Fluffy. Is your party audio set to allow?
It is.
Wow, I mean, we weren't questioning it, but when we saw that Keffer, Voltage, and Trey set out one more lap, we said, I don't want to jinx them, but Fluffy may have outdrove the field so much where he may have run out of gas, man. First of all, fantastic drive to win this race. Obviously, the dominant car. We couldn't get as much time on you because they're such great battles for mid-pack, but honestly, man, how'd you do it? Fantastic job today.
Man, just worked on this car, man. It was working all week, and got the job done here tonight. Just had a really good car. Was kind of scared about the fuel strategy at the end. I was trying to figure that out all week, trying to figure out the last stage on fuel and everything, and it was crazy to come down to those last few laps, but we managed to get it done here, and this is a great momentum boost for tomorrow night.
Of course, that's Blue Glow Road Course Racing once again tomorrow night. Will you? Obviously, there's 2 totally different road courses, time-wise, everything. What would you take from tonight that you'll try to work on for tomorrow to make sure you can try to get the job done tomorrow as well?
Just being consistent. Basically, road courses, it differs on each person. Road courses are very skillful mindset. You got to have patience, consistency, keep the car on the track, obviously, and we done just that tonight, and I believe we'll get that. Get it done tomorrow night, and yeah, man. Just consistency is going to play a factor, next tomorrow.
Jay, do you have any questions for our race winner?
Yes, Fluffy. I believe this was the first race in the Road and Import Series on Heat 4 for someone to get the pole and win all 3 stages. And how do you feel about that? I believe the first one to do it in the series.
Well, man, it's just I'm happy about it. I work hard on my car every week, and hard work pays off, dude. And I can't be more than happy to accomplish that, and just gonna continue to work harder, man, every week.
For sure, man. This was Fluffy, driver numbered 16, sorry about forgetting number 16 in the Road and Import National Series, but also the number 17 in the Pocono Raceway Cup Series. Thank you for your time. Congrats on the dominant win, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. Make sure you get Workman and Marcus in here, too. I don't know if you invited them. Mr. J. All right, Mr. First of all, what is your party audio set to always allow? Or just allow? All right, so first of all, I think we got it good on camera. There was a lot of times we were looking at Fluffy's car back and we could see y'all battling. But fantastic battle for the second spot between you and Workman. We'll hear Workman here in a few minutes. But Voltage, P2 finish, ran top 5 almost the entire race. We were thinking you were going to be the one to get it done because we were looking at Kepper and we saw Kepper was about half a lap short, even with going an extra lap on fuel. So, man, just tell us about your race and what were your thoughts as soon as you came out of the pits?
Yeah, I knew honestly Fluffy was pretty much class of the field by far tonight. The only chance I had was try to play some strategy there late. But yeah, I stretched it, went one lap later than them guys. Thought it was going to play out to my advantage, but I was pretty much saving the last half of the last lap to even make it. I mean, I went hard there the first 5 laps, but yeah, my light came on. And I was, like I said, I was on 0 the last 3 corners of the race. I mean, on the fuel, but we got just enough to get second there. But yeah, great race with Workman all day. I mean, it was me, him, it was around Smoke a lot. I mean, we had a great battle most of the day, but yeah, man, last lap, like I said, I kind of felt bad because I don't know if you guys got it on stream, but going into turn 2, like I just kind of got the curve and kind of bumped them up a little bit. But no, man, all in all, like I said, it was a good day. I knew we were racing for pretty much second on back after we seen qualifying.
Yeah, so once again, I mean, the Toyota count of drivers has went down, but yet you still see Toyotas running consistently in the top 5. I believe Noco was running 5th until he ran out of gas and brought his number 19 car out of fuel, one lap down in P13. How does this race look for the Team Toyota crew? As, I mean, you kind of went from a 5, and Trout, for about Trout, we kind of went from a 5-6 car team to now only 2 or 3, so what does this do for you?
We had a few sit out tonight, but I thought Noco did really good. I mean, he put up a good time in qualifying, and I mean, he was up there mixing it up with us for a little while, but yeah, he just kind of got caught up there at the end with some stuff. But I thought he ran a pretty good race. I mean, for the most part, from what I've seen.
Jay, do you have any questions for our second place finisher?
No, you kind of covered everything I was going to ask.
Oh, well, okay. So, sorry about that then. Congrats, Voltage, on your second place finish, and you have, thank you for joining the booth.
Thanks, fellas.
All right, so next we go to Reddick. Make sure part audio is set to always allow Mr. Workman.
Yep, that's good.
All right, you ran the Pinnacle car today. Yeah, you did. Okay, so C. Workman, this is your first start in the Running Force National Series as you decide to come down, test your RCR equipment, see how good it really is. But man, P3 in the top 5 once again was the entire race. Tell us about your race, man, and what were your thoughts coming with 2 to go?
Yeah, well, pretty much like how the race went tonight's kind of similar to Cup races so far in the Pocono Cup Series. Kind of starting always in the mid to back half of the pack at the beginning, but then just able to work our way through the pack. And so, yeah, it was kind of around like 3rd, 4th most of the night, basically battling the 20 car all night. And then, restart of stage 3, just got punted for, I don't know if people didn't know how to brake for turn 2, I'm not sure. But yeah, it got sent all the way to the back, and then there was that last caution that came out in stage 3, and I was like, well, we've only ran half a lap, so came down on pit, but just put fuel in it, and so the tires were a little bit worn, but it gave us some track position. And for making the last pit stop, I could have gone 1 lap longer if I wanted to, but just because I didn't take tires under that last pit stop, I had to come in because that left front was going to blow. So, which meant we had to save an extra lap under that last run. So it was just kind of managing the gears, like running 3rd, 4th most of the time, hardly ever in 2nd gear, while trying to run down Fluffy, but also trying to hold off the 20. And once the 20 car got to us the last lap, it was like, oh, well, light came up on, little fuel light came on with 2.5 laps to go, and I was like, oh, well, this is just a one-off race, and, I'm not running for points in this thing, so nothing to lose. So once the 20 car got to us, he sent it in there a little hard in turn 2 on the last lap, but I took that as like, okay, race is on, and so was able to cross them over. We went side by side through the tight areas of the track, and got the position back, and then just the very last corner sputtered a little bit, and you ended up getting second. But yeah, it was a fun race, especially with the Cup Series going to Watkins Glen tomorrow. I always like to come down and do one of these one-off race in the Ronin Series the week of the road course, just to get some road course practice in, get some rhythm workouts in, and yeah, it was a good race and good result.
Jay, do you have any questions for our... First of all, I want to say I think we got a good view of the battle. For the most part, that last lap, we were on the camera that showed behind Fluffy. So I think we got a good battle. We got got the finish. We got the last few turns. I do know that.
Oh, well, just go to my live stream if you want the full on board of it.
Would you like to give?
Because that was some great racing. I mean, there's not too many people that could race as hard as me and Voltage did on that last lap without sending each other into the dirt, and none of us sent each other into the dirt at all or the grass. Both kept it on the asphalt, and that was just good racing on the last lap.
Would you like to give said YouTube channel a shout out?
What's that?
I said, would you like to give said YouTube channel a shout out?
Yes, C Workman 388. It is the exact same as my gamer tag. So
pretty sure.
Yeah, I actually posted it. I actually posted the onboard link in the live chat at the beginning of this race. So
there you go. Look at that.
You can just scroll up and go watch that because it was pretty good.
Well, I guess we're not aware of that. So thank you for taking care of what we do already. But Jay, do you have any questions for our third place finisher?
Do you think any characteristics of the race tonight will play effect in tomorrow night's race, like close racing, door banging, and then maybe fuel strategy, maybe trying to save fuel for the last 2 laps of the race, maybe?
I think a little bit.
Congrats, guys.
I know, like, Watkins Glen in itself, I mean, it's known as, like, the super speedway of road courses. So, I mean, the first part of this course is, it's a little faster speed. But, this is the second half of this sort. It's almost like, of this course is almost like Sonoma. So, these tracks really aren't that similar, but still just, just trying to get the repetition of braking points, not wheel hop in the car, but also like you can use the same characteristics of fuel saving here that you can in any other road course. So yeah, I'd still say it was very beneficial being able to run in this series tonight with the road course tomorrow, and I'll be definitely taking some things I learned tonight and applying it tomorrow.
All right, Workman. Well, thank you for your time and joining the booth here for your post-race interview. This has been C Workman 388, driver number 2. Chevy Camaro in the Running Imports Series part-time, and the number 3 Chevy Camaro for RCR in the Pocono Racer Cup Series. Thank you for your time, and congrats on the 3rd place finish.
Thank you.
All right, last but not least, this is a special interview. Obviously, how we do it here is we do top 3, but we had one guy fight through the field so many times where we kind of had to give an interview. Marcus, is your party audio set to always allow? Or allow?
Yes, it is.
All right, so
yes,
Marcus, I mean, we had the interview. You started, I don't think it's where to start, but you got wrecked, I think stage 2. I believe there was a bubble glitch between the 7 and the 99. Sent the 99 around. You had nowhere to go. Sit back 13th. Worked your way back up to 6th, 7th. Okay, so already 6 spots at the road course. Very hard to do. Then stage 3, wrecked first lap. After the caution, and you were able to run your way back down to the 6th position. I mean, how'd you do it? You obviously had a fast car, and I mean, I know you can agree. I hate to say it, but that's kind of sums up your season so far. But just tell us your overall race, man. I hate to say it, but it's true.
I mean, yeah, coming within stage, stage 2. I think it's going to the little S's. I came. Yeah, there was a bubble glitch between the 99 and the I forgot other car you said, and I got collected. There was literally nowhere where I could go, and I just told myself to stay patient. Still got a whole nother stage to go. So, and I knew I was kind of faster than some of the guys in front of me, so I just methodically just worked my way, and came away with I think I finished 6th.
I think you were 6th.
Last.
You were 6th.
Stage 2.
Oh, stage 2. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, and then
jumping the gun.
Just, there's no coming in stage 3. I didn't think the same result happened again, but same thing happened again.
It did.
I just told myself just stay patient, man. It was just a long race, and coming to that last run, I was saving the whole time. I had to save at the beginning and blew a tire coming to the line, so I was happy to get another top 10. So second top 10 in a week, 2 weeks. So yeah, kind of good.
I mean, not only just get a top 10 and get a pretty good finish, but I mean the fact that you went from if it was like at Bristol and you're fast at Bristol, I mean literally every car is almost under a blanket. But for a road course to run everybody down from 13 on back to 6 is pretty incredible. And we didn't want that to get overlooked, so we wanted you to get your post-race interview. But Jay, do you have any questions for our 6th place finisher? And probably the guy who passed the most cars today.
I would definitely pass the most cars. I mean, I just know we were watching you back and forth, and we'll see, oh, run a 6, okay, and then 2 laps later, you're spun out off contact with someone else back at 13th. Like, okay, see if you can make it back up to 6, and it seemed like you always did. So, I just want to say that was a great run. You never really gave up, so a nice 6th place finish after a roller coaster of emotions race. So,
Man, thank you guys, and I'm also gonna, take this in consideration, learn from this, and apply it to, tomorrow's race for the Cup Series at Watkins Glen, and see if we can pull off the same thing. But maybe hopefully come away with the top 5 or win. So yeah, that's just the plan. So.
Of course. This has been Marcus E-Dub, driver number 6 in both series, Pocono Raceway and Road and Portsmouth Series. Thank you for your time. Congrats on your 6th place finish. And for the biggest mover of the week.
Thank you, guys. You guys have a great night.
You too, Marcus. Thank you.
All right.
I felt really weird saying congrats on your 6th place finish because it's an okay finish, but for how he got 6th, that's like, great. That was
well deserved.
That's
6th place.
I mean, he could have been 20 seconds off the pace, finished 10th, and he probably would have interviewed him, but. That's it, Jay. So our picks to begin the race, we both picked Fluffy, obviously. We both did good. Your sleeper was Workman, correct?
Yeah, Workman finished 3rd.
He got 3rd.
I'm not saying he was really a sleeper. We kind of expected him to do good here, but...
Yeah, but that's kind of our picks really meant to see, or really to show who we think's going to win and who we think's going to run good. So the sleeper pick just has the name. I think mine was Deadpool, and he finished 10th. Really fast car, but had a lot of issues. But why don't you give us your overall point on the race, Jay? I mean, it was... If we were just watching the leader, it would have been very boring. But we had a lot of great, especially middle. I think it was middle of stage 3. There was about that 4 or 5 car pack just bumping and banging for the 5th, 6th, 7th positions. Just give us your overall opinion on the race.
I mean, the race was exciting, except the leader was gone, but the 2nd through 13th was exciting. I feel like everyone had a chance to finish 2nd. And, Voltage and being the one to get 2nd, well deserved 2nd place. Fought with C. Workman those last few laps, so. It's just the overall race was, I wouldn't say really chaotic, but there was a carnage, a lot of bumping and banging. You don't really expect that at a road course, but it happens, so.
Sorry, I was looking through these number 2 pace schemes. It despises me that there's 19 and I have 5 on my Slade G84 account. But yeah, I thought it was a very interesting race for the mid-pack. Obviously, if we would have kept the camera on the 16, you probably would have been bored out of your minds. But thank God for everybody in that 4-car pack for bumping and banging, making it interesting. It was also interesting if there was a way we could have an onboard of Marcus. That would probably been a very interesting camera, but you don't have that though. But I thought it was for a road course. I thought it was a very good race for a road course. Usually. As Jake probably say the same thing. Going into this race, I told him, I said, we're going to do a lot of things we wouldn't do. We're going to do a lot of through the fields. We're going to do a lot of different stuff just to kind of fill the time slots. And we really didn't have to. We did through the field once, technically. Twice. And I thought we were going to do about... I thought we were going to do it 4 or 5 times just to try and say stuff so we all weren't bored. But it was great racing, especially... Like I said, the 4-car battle for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and then the last couple laps between the 2 and the 20. That's going to be it here for us at the Midnight Broadcast Network for the Road and Portsmouth Series at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Complex. Course. Sorry, not complex. Course. So, from Slade G4 and Jay Hyper, this has been a fantastic race, fantastic broadcast. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time at Watkins Glen, broadcasted by Alex Ned from the back and Red Leg. Have a good night. We'll catch you guys next time.